Hello guys, welcome to this new discussion related to properties of Fourier transform, and herein we are going to consider the duality property of the Fourier transform. See, the duality property between the time and frequency I am talking about, duality between time and frequency, the opposite nature, that dualism that exists there in time and frequency I am talking here. It is another important property of the Fourier transform. This property relates to the fact that analysis equation and the synthesis equation, they look almost identical. Now you must be remembering, when I say analysis equation, what do I expect? When I say synthesis equation, what do I expect? So guys, when I say analysis equation, I just mean to say the normal equation of my Fourier transform. That's what I told in class also. Analysis equation is nothing but the way we obtain the frequency and we try to analyze the frequency contents of my signal. It is given as x of j omega is equals to integration minus infinity to infinity x of t e raised to minus j omega t dt, right? Now this is my analysis equation. I want to analyze the frequency contents which are present in my time domain signal. This is my time domain signal, and this is with which I am observing I am analyzing its frequency content. Again, the prisms example, don't ever forget that. Now, when I want to go ahead with synthesis equation, I am more bothered about how can I better synthesize, better form my original time domain signal from its frequency domain counterpart. I am recovering back, I am getting back my original time domain signal. So, what should I use? Yes, obviously, right, we have to use the inverse Fourier transform. So, inverse Fourier transforms equation I'll be using. And this is what is the equation of my inverse Fourier transform, right? I am obtaining my x of t. I am obtaining my x of t from what? From the frequency components, right? Now, this is known as the synthesis equation. I'll be synthesizing my x of t. I'll be analyzing my frequency spectrum. That's what these two words are related with. Now, if I observe these two equations, let me write it very clearly for you. Let me write it very clearly for you so that you can see all the equations in one side. Equation of my Fourier transform, that is the equation of my analysis, is integration minus infinity to infinity x of t e raised to minus j omega t dt, right? Now if I observe this equation and this equation, they almost are of the same form. They are almost of the same form. Just observe the sign. Here with this term the sign is minus, while here with this term the sign is plus. At the same time, here this particular 1 upon 2 pi factor is there into picture, and here it is not, right? So if I observe these two equations, I may say that they are almost identical except for a factor of 1 upon 2 pi and the difference of the minus sign in the exponential that is there in the integral. Now, see, as a consequence of this, if we know, that means with the help of this, I want to say, with the help of this particular thing, at one place there is 1 upon 2 pi and there is a sign change in that exponential factor. What we can do? See here, with this particular thing, if we know the Fourier transform of a specified time function, if we know the Fourier transform of a specified time function, then we also may know, see guys, then we also may know the Fourier transform of a signal whose functional form, here I am talking about the functional form, representation. I may know the Fourier transform of a specified function whose functional form is same as that of the form of my Fourier transform. Matlab, that signal is there in time domain. The signal is there in time domain. But however, it is looking from its functional view, it is looking something as that of my frequency domain form, right? So if that particular functional form is known to us, with this relation we can easily obtain the Fourier transform. Let me explain this particular hard and complex and heavy sentence that is really going tough on you with a simple example. Let me say that here I have one signal such as 1 upon a plus jt, right? Normally in Fourier transform I am always comfortable with this thing 1 upon a plus j omega. We are always used to see this, right? This is the Fourier transform of e raised to minus at u of t. Now if I observe this particular equation, this equation follows, now concentrate on the word, this equation follows the functional form as that of this Fourier transform, right? I am required to obtain the Fourier transform of this one. I am required to obtain the Fourier transform of this one, which is actually of this particular form, right? So somewhere with the help of this equation and with the mere 2 pi and some minus signs, I will be able to obtain the Fourier transform of this particular equation, whose functional form is near about same as that of the Fourier transform of one of my signal, right? So the duality property helps me to obtain the Fourier transform of such signals which are having the functional form as that of, as similar, duality similarity, as similar to that of the Fourier transform form, as similar to that of the Fourier transform of one of the signals, right? So we may obtain easily on a fingertip, we may obtain using the duality property, we may obtain the Fourier transform of such signals there. I feel the purpose of duality property is very clear. Let us move further. How can we better do that? Chalo. See here, I know that the equation of inverse Fourier transform is this thing, x of t is equals to 1 upon 2 pi, this particular thing. What I will do is, I will multiply both the sides by 2 pi. I will multiply both the sides by 2 pi and then I will replace t by minus t. I will replace t by minus t. If I do this, let me move further. See here, I have multiplied this particular thing also with 2 pi, this thing also with 2 pi. Here it was earlier t, now it is minus t. Here it was earlier plus t, now it is minus t. I have replaced t by minus t, right? These two changes I have done. Now see, if I observe this particular equation here, this form is same as, isn't it? This particular thing is, if it gets cancelled, then this particular form is somewhere similar to the form of my Fourier transform equation, right? See, Fourier transform equation, what it is? Fourier transform of x of t is equals to integration minus infinity to infinity x of t e raised to minus j omega t dt, right? This is what is the equation of my Fourier transform. Now if I observe this equation and this equation, I can say that this is nothing but, ये देखो, x of t की जगह पे क्या है यहाँ पे? x of j omega, right? This is same, this is same, this is similar, this is similar. So this equation can be written as Fourier transform of x of j omega. This equation was written as Fourier transform of x of t. So by their comparison, I can say that this particular equation is nothing but the Fourier transform of capital X of j omega. But still our purpose is not solved. Now what we will do is, we will simply change this particular t, we will simply replace this t by j omega. Wherever t is there, we will replace it by j omega and j omega by t. So if I do in this way, this particular part is nothing but in earlier it was t, now it is j omega. Sorry for, I beg your pardon. See here, it should be 2 pi x of minus j omega. I have merely replaced t by j omega, no? So here t will be replaced by j omega, minus sign will remain as it is. Sorry, you please correct it. So here this particular part becomes 2 pi x of minus j omega, and here this particular j omega will be now t, will be now t, right? I have just interchanged t by j omega. I have just interchanged t by j omega. So that way my duality properties proof is ready, and it is telling me that 2 pi x of minus j omega, it is telling me that 2 pi x of minus j omega is equals to, it gives me the Fourier transform of x of t. It gives me the Fourier transform of x of t. मतलब अगर यहाँ पे 1 upon a plus jt है तो what is this is? This is x of t. Earlier we used to write it as x of j omega, right? J omega, this particular j omega is replaced by t, is replaced by t. So I can easily obtain the Fourier transform of such functions there. I feel the purpose of duality is very clear. In the next short video, we'll solve some of the problems on duality.